Hello, hello. Perfect. Hello. Can you hear me now? Yep. I'm sorry. I had problems with my audio. Please let me know in the comments if you can hear me. Okay, so in this video we are going to talk about Bitcoin. Um, Now we are going to start with the one-day chart. One-day chart. Okay. Technically speaking, Bitcoin is still in downtrend, but almost 1 week, 1 week after Bitcoin is in sideways. Can you hear me now? Yep. I'm sorry. I had problems. Now, as you can see here, Bitcoin is still in sideways and is respecting $47,000. As long is holding this, actually, I am expecting a bounce actually right now. Why? Is because the time is different. The time frame, the time is different. It was not the same when Bitcoin wasn't here. I was expecting to test to 44, 43. But Bitcoin is respecting very well actually the support right now of $47,000 right now at this level actually. And now we have some signals here in OBB. Actually, that is my lead indicator for this the moves I am expecting to see for Bitcoin. And as you can see here, Bitcoin is testing the MA actually it's MA21 here in the OBB. But as you can see here, today we are going any close above $47,000 today. Or at least in the next 12 hours, I am expecting a bounce here. Why? Because finally Bitcoin is showing a little bit of consolidation in 4 hour and 12 hour. Why? Let me show you here. 4 hour, as you can see here, is getting rejected. Yes, it got rejected. Actually, I went short yesterday, but the moment the sell pressure actually is lower, is decreasing, and also the volatility finally is contracting. As you can see here, finally after a long time we have the blue dots. So what does that mean? Well, in here in the next 24 hours, I mean this week, this weekend, we will see potentially a bounce here, a breakout here to maybe $50,000, 52 or maximum 53. Of course, this is just a bounce in 4 hour and 12 hour chart maximum. Why? Because I cannot see the bullish divergences here in 1 day chart. Of course not. Also, remember here in weekly in OBB here in 12 hour. Well, actually, all this area is an accumulation in 12 hour. So that means every time when Bitcoin is dropping here, someone is buying. It's a buy pressure. And also the volatility finally is decreasing, and also the squeeze momentum indicator is about in the next 12 hours is about to test a zero line here. So what does that mean? Okay, as long Bitcoin is closing $47,000, I'm expecting a bounce to again 49. Honestly, I think it's gonna be higher this time, around $50,000, 51, around this area. But as I said, don't get me wrong, this is just a bounce to keep falling. Something like this. My technical analysis in the next 24 hours, this week actually, maximum Sunday, I am expecting to see something like this. Around this area, and from after that, what? Well, I'm expecting to see a rejection and continuation of the downtrend. Now, you are thinking to go short. Actually, I am long and short and just trading this sideways for for more than 1 week actually, but this is not the moment to take any short position in my personal opinion. The reason is because you can see here in 4 hour chart, the ME21 and the ME55 finally they are contracting, and also look, let me show you. The volatility is decreasing, and we can see in the volatility, right, in the indicator. For example, from this point, this point to this point, it was almost 10%, 7%, and from here to here, 7%. So the volatility is decreasing. Every move Bitcoin is doing is decreasing. So this pullback here around again 47,000, 46,000, even this area, in the moment when we have a buy signal in 4 hour, I'm expecting not to test 49, and because the volatility is low, I am expecting other test to maybe, as I said, $50,000, $52,000. Now, you are thinking to enter here, because actually I'm looking for longs because I'm gonna play the bounce here. How it's gonna be? How we can invalidate this? It's very easy. Bitcoin in the next 12 hours actually, how can I say this? Okay, this week, because we are trading 1 day chart, I'm trading this bounce. If this week we don't see a bounce, if this week we don't see a bounce, like as I said here, Bitcoin this Sunday is closing again around $47,000 the weekly chart, or even lower. Well, the probabilities to go to the downside are higher right now. So, but we don't know the future, right? I don't trade. I am projecting the price right now. Today, I can see the chart with a potential bounce. Okay, but this is gonna have a validation if Bitcoin this week we don't see this bounce. Yeah, if we see Bitcoin here without any bounce until Sunday, I am expecting continuation to the downside, and this continuation is gonna be very ugly, very bad actually. It's not just honestly, I think $42,000 is not going to hold anymore. The reason is because 5-day chart. 5-day chart is at 47,300. We have a new close today, yesterday, last night, and as you can see, other test. But as you can see here, this week is very important. Bitcoin must bounce here. Why? Because any close below 47,300 at least 4 hours, for example, you see the next 12 hours, Bitcoin is closing below this level. I am expecting other push, other breakdown to $40,000, but even lower. Actually, I'm expecting to maybe 36, 37 around this area. The reason is because in 1-day chart we don't have bullish divergences. I mean, I want to see bullish divergences here in 1-day chart for Bitcoin, but we don't have it. I mean, all this area here, all this area from this point and this point, we don't have bullish divergence. This is just continuation. This is just continuation. You want to see a bullish divergences here like this? Well, the price must be lower than $41,000. And from there, we can speculate, yes, it's a bullish divergence here, and after that, we will see this big bounce, right? So Bitcoin is, as I said, in short, I think is in micro time frames, 4 hour and 12 hour. They are in accumulation period here, enough to see a bounce. And now let me show you the 2-day chart. 2-day chart is showing something very interesting. We have here a potential buy signal in 2-day chart. I don't trust in this buy signal. No, I don't trust. Why? Because squeeze momentum indicator is very good, yes. But you study higher time frames when we are in downtrend. Actually, the squeeze is not very good when you don't have the OBB in your side. That means, as you can see, we have buy signal here, but as you can see, for almost 1 month, Bitcoin was actually crashing and dumping, right? It wasn't sideways. So when we saw this massive rally, when Bitcoin finally broke the OBB here in this area, and after that we see the massive uptrend. So as you can see here, the momentum is not there. It actually is quite far. So I am expecting the bounce. Yes. Continuation to the upside. I don't think so. Not for now. Not this year. Now. We check 3-day chart. 3-day chart is not very healthy actually. As you can see here, we have Bitcoin is in downtrend actually, with these nasty divergences from this point and this point. Actually, this divergence is very bad actually. As you can see here, this the top of February 21 and now in November. This divergence in OBB they are very bad actually, and we have here in the squeeze momentum indicator we have in August and November. So as you can see here, I am expecting this bounce. Actually, 3-day is very clear, $52,000, like a 1-day chart, and from there is continuation to the downside. Let me tell you something. The only time frame like is bullish for me is still bullish is weekly. All the time frames are looking nasty. Yep. So the weekly chart is the only one. Of course, a monthly, like it's still, technically speaking, we are still in uptrend. It's your first time in my channel, I have a very simple rule. As long Bitcoin or any asset is above the MA55 in weekly chart, for me it's an uptrend. It's an uptrend. That's simple. So as long Bitcoin is holding 44,000, I mean the closing. As long Bitcoin is closing above $44,000 at the weekly close, the trend is your friend. So technically speaking, I am expecting to see in the next 2-3 months, as I said before in other videos, consolidation here or sideways here for maybe until February, March this year. We are gonna see a range, and after that we can expect maybe other test to the upside. But I'm gonna be very honest with you. I told you a few times before, I am not expecting this. The reason for this is because, well, we have these bear variances as well in today's chart. The OBV in weekly chart is not supporting the price action anymore, as you can see here. OBV is just falling every week, is just falling. So the next bottom for this place is this area around March 2020 in the dump in 2020 around here, and the second level is this one. So I'm expecting to see the OBV testing actually the zero line, and from there, look at this. When you see again in weekly chart testing the zero line for OBV, well, I will say this is the big buy for Bitcoin. The big buy. I don't care the price, the big buy. Why? Because every time when Bitcoin is testing this area, actually is like the, well, historically speaking, is the best area to buy. For example, you buy here and you see the bounce. You can see maybe it's a little bit. No, let me zoom in this, and this move actually was significant. As you can see here, was 100%. Every time when Bitcoin was in negative territory in weekly chart, you have in long term, I mean in monthly chart, I mean after 3-4 months, all this downside was accumulation. Yeah, accumulation to what? Well, after 1 year or two, you see what happened. Yeah, so I'm expecting something like that if Bitcoin breaks $44,000 in weekly basis. Now we have this weekly chart. As long Bitcoin, the best scenario for Bitcoin is holding 44 for the next 2 or 3 months. If Bitcoin breaks this level, actually I'm expecting to see that in some point. Not now, because now people are calling the bear market, and I'm expecting many people, they are entering in short here, thinking it's going to happen right now. If you are following this channel, we are not we are not in short here. We were in short here in $66,000. If you were here in this channel, maybe 1 month or two, you saw me short in Bitcoin at 66. Why? Because we are speculating, we're projecting the price, and this move is going to happen. Now, are we going to short here? Of course not. Here is not for shorts. I mean, at least not here. If you are very close in the MA55, it is for accumulation. The only way I'm going to start shorting Bitcoin is because I need to see the weekly candle closing below the MA55 with 1 day chart, maybe as a trigger. And from there, yeah, of course, I will trade the other $10,000 down to maybe $30,000, and officially Bitcoin is gonna be in downtrend. Someone asked me, okay, if you say you're expecting this, it's because you are projecting the price, right? But it's not happening right now. Yes, it's my projection. Right now, Bitcoin today is not in downtrend in weekly chart. Yep. So how it's gonna be? It's very simple. If Bitcoin breaks $44,000 and breaks and tests the second level around here, 36, 34, 30, around there, and bounce here, yeah. In this moment here, exactly here, is the big short. Is the big short. Why? Because here you will see a massive rejection, yeah, to, well, playing the ABC correction in macro time frames, something like this. Wait, one moment here. A, B, and C. Yeah, this is the bearish scenario. Okay, but we are not there. So that's why I said, okay, I need to be conservative. Why? Because I need to follow my systems. If just I follow my speculation or LJ web theory, believe me, it's a very bad idea. So step by step. Now, for now, as long Bitcoin is holding this white box here, technically speaking, I am expecting a bounce. Yeah, like this. Okay. But as I said, my projection is not looking great. Why? Because if I show you bi-weekly chart, well, any close in the next 3 or 4 days, that's why for me it's very important. I need to see the bounce in 1 day chart this week. In the next 3 days, actually, Sunday. Why? Because the bi-weekly chart is this Sunday. If we see any close $46,000 in bi-weekly, well, you will see your next 10,000 drop to mid-30s, yeah, in bi-weekly. Why? Because people don't, it's the same thing. People, they don't watch. They want to. They are just watching 1 hour chart. It's totally fine, but you need to see the macro. Macro what? Remember what happened with weekly chart? Well, we had the same setup on bi-weekly. Bear divergences here. We have this, right? We have this, right? It's the same setup in weekly, but now bi-weekly. So if we have to wait, we were waiting 3 months for weekly. Well, for this chart, we have to wait around maybe 4 months. Actually, right now, actually between January around there. So technically speaking, the price in bi-weekly will test the ME55. Where? $32,000. Yeah. So pay attention because this week actually is gonna close this one. So if you see a close this weekend, that means my speculation for 1 day chart is not working. Bitcoin is now bouncing and is closing below $47,000. Bi-weekly is closing below 46. Is gonna trigger this, well, this dump, this crash actually. Yes. Now, if that happens, of course, I'm expecting a big bounce. You will see me here in this channel or my shorts on video and my videos buying this drop. I mean, around $32,000 around there. Because why? Because of course I will trade. This is, remember, Bitcoin is not like a Shiba Inu, right? Like just how can I say this? Like Shiba Inu and Dogecoin is like this, right? And after that, crash like this, right? It's like a Ponzi scheme, right? So Bitcoin is not like that. Bitcoin is a healthy asset in my personal opinion, so I'm expecting to see waves, downtrend, okay, like this, okay. So this drop, if that happen next week, yeah, I'm gonna enter here and I'm going to play the bounce in weekly chart, maybe 1 month or 2, maybe holding, and after that the big short is coming. Yeah, that is my play. My play in is my expectation in bigger time frames. Okay, so be careful with this because this year I remember many people in December. No, historically speaking, December is one of the most bullish. Blah blah blah, whatever. But as you can see, it's not always. Actually, my speculation is like it's gonna happen something like 2017. Around December 19 in 2-3 days, and it's very funny, right? Because after 4 or 5 years, same dates, similar dates, I am expecting similar things, a big dump. Of course, as I said, invalidation is always welcome, and my speculation actually, if this is gonna happen, this bounce in 1 day chart, this week before Sunday, I want to see Bitcoin bouncing to $50,000, $52,000, invalidating this close. And not because you can see this bounce, that means we are in a bull market, of course. I mean, in a uptrend in 1 day chart, of course. Now this is gonna be rejection to keep falling, and this falling is gonna be the real test. If Bitcoin holds again $47,000, $48,000, well, maybe we can start talking about something more bullish. But as I said, we are. I am defensive in the markets. Since the beginning of November, or no, September, October, I started to be defensive. Now, let's talk about the monthly. The monthly, in 2 weeks, we are going to have the close. The monthly, we have, well, as you can see here, we have buy, sell signal for Bitcoin in monthly. Now, of course, we can see other upside. Yes, it depends on weekly chart. Yes, but technically speaking, if this monthly chart is the sell signal is correct, and also we have a bear divergence in monthly chart, as you can see here. We have these bear divergences here and here. Well, that means in the long term, in 2022, we will see other test to $20,000 even lower. And don't get me wrong, as I said to you in different, you can watch my other videos about my prediction for 2022 for Bitcoin, but historically speaking, the best area to buy Bitcoin is in the MA55, as you can see here. MA55, every time when Bitcoin is testing here, a little bit lower maybe, like this, even like a week, something like this. Here, this area is the area you want to buy and holding for the next 2-3 years. Yep. As I said, well, you know, I am not a financial advisor. Just I'm telling you my technical analysis, and also the last thing here, Bitcoin has never been in a bear market in monthly chart. So all the things you see here, this one and this one and this one, are just corrections in weekly chart. Bitcoin has been, yeah, of course, in bear market in weekly chart, but never in monthly chart. Someone asked me, what will happen if Bitcoin enters in a bear market in monthly? Well, you will see the crypto space destroyed. Simple. 90% of the projects and cryptocurrencies, all the projects, they will be destroyed. Simple. But honestly, I don't think so. Not now, not in coming years. Maybe after the last halving. I don't know. I need to see the chart. I have no idea. But yeah, so now, as I said, everything is looking like a macro reversal is still in progress. But now we are gonna trade the short term. Okay. Now 4 hour. Okay. Now we know the technical analysis in macro time frames. Now let's talk about the 4 hour and 12 hour and 1 day chart. Okay. If I am right with this technical analysis, okay, I am expecting a bounce, as I said before. And for sorry, it's a cake. Let me change to Bitcoin. Yep, here. I am expecting a bounce here, a bounce around 52, maximum 53, around here. If that happens, that means many altcoins, of course not all of them. I strongly recommend you not to enter in altcoins. I mean, it's up to you. But in my general rule, I don't enter in altcoins. Just maybe in the top 10 altcoins, like very strong projects like Solana, Ethereum, some very strong projects, not meme coins or just tokens or something like that. No. If you want to play this bounce, I'm strongly suggest to manage your risk properly, because if Bitcoin is not bouncing from this area in the next 3-4 days, well, if you think you saw the bottom in many altcoins, of course, no. Now, this is my speculation in 4 hour, 12 hour, and 1 day chart. Okay, this is the bounce. As you can see here, like this, and bounce to maybe $53,000, and that's it, no more. I'm not going to hold any more Bitcoin, because if someone tell me, oh no, now to 100K, no. Honestly, I don't think so. No. And after that, actually, I'm going to start looking for short positions around this area if that happen. Because I'm still thinking Bitcoin is going to break down 47,000, 46. It could happen right now here, yes, but as I said, many people, they are thinking we are in a bear market. Technically speaking, no, but as I said, it's very funny, right? Because this dump is because the new virus, the new whatever, the news, right? It's very funny because you are trading news. Well, they will explain you what happened here after the move, right? But in this channel, as you can see, we are projecting the price. We are trying to anticipate the moves, right? So when we were here in November, I said, hey, careful. Careful with this, because my technical analysis is telling me Bitcoin is going to test around $48,000. And after, well, now you see the results. Now, in 1 day chart, I am speculating the bounce. Okay, so thinking about this, let's start talking with altcoins. First of all, let's start with the total market cap, excluding Bitcoin, because I want to see the overall health of the cryptocurrencies. Now, in 1 day chart, technically speaking here, with this dump here, technically speaking is in downtrend. Finally, it's in downtrend. We could have a potential bear trap. Yes, why not? Why? Because it's consolidating below the ME55. Remember, I want to see the asset crashing hard, like Bitcoin, and after that the bounce, and after that keep going to the downside, right? But here, potentially, we have potentially a bear trap. I mean, the last pump, or the last pump to maybe 142. Let me see with the squeeze and other indicators. Yes. As you can see here, yeah. Let me show you here. OBB is telling me the momentum is to the upside. As you can see, the volume is centering here. So that means some people or many altcoins, they will follow Bitcoin with this bounce. If that happen. And also we have bullish divergences in all this area. So I'm expecting, if that happen, if I am right with this, altcoins will play the bounce. We will see a bounce maybe in the next few days. And after that, we see other crash. Now, why I'm telling you this is because weekly chart, as I said, is not looking great. In 1 day chart, now you see, right? And now check what happened in weekly chart. Well, OBB where even is negative. Even is negative. So that means all this area, all the holders of cryptocurrencies, they were just dumping. look at this. It's very interesting, right? Very healthy, very healthy uptrend, right? And suddenly, this month, sorry, in November, the volume of altcoins is dropping so hard. Even now, actually, OBB is on zero line here. So that means be careful, be careful, because this is right. This bounce we will see, and after that we will see finally this is gonna break very hard. Why? Because we have bear divergences and all the way here. Yeah, here we have three bear divergences here. 1, 2, 3 strikes. We have bear divergence in squeeze. And the only thing I want to see is the monthly. If the monthly, let me see, the monthly next month. This is reversal. So guys, careful, because this bounce. You want to play this bounce like me, because I'm gonna play the bounce. This is gonna be potentially your last opportunity to get out of the market if that happen. Why? Because this is just reversal. Any close below 1.43 in 2 weeks, this is gonna be reversal. Of course, distribution pattern, and you can see the squeeze momentum indicator is gonna, well, the slope is gonna be negative in January, and we will see other tests in OBB here. Yes, this is a reversal. So in the long term, as long this is the level is 1.24. I want to see the market cap of the altcoins holding this level at least 2-3 months. If that is not happening, well, we will see other smackdown to this area. So be careful. As I said, maybe this bounce we will see in 1-day chart is gonna be your opportunity to get out of the market if you are stuck in a very bad trade. Now, let's talk about the Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance. Well, Bitcoin dominance in monthly chart. Okay, well, first in weekly chart. Let's talk about weekly chart. As you can see here, in weekly chart, the sell pressure in squeeze is very low. Very low. I think the last time when I said this, I was expecting, okay, maybe if we see other test to the lowest level here, we are gonna see a very hard bounce from here like this. Why? Because the squeeze momentum indicator is gonna form a, well, very strong weekly bullish divergences here. And also, no, actually, let me tell you something. The OBB is looking very interesting. We don't have any more bullish divergence in OBB. I think we need to wait a little bit more, because I want to see what is going to happen in the close. The monthly chart is very clear. As you can see here, we have bullish divergences in OBB, in a squeeze from this point and this point. So that means in January, February, we will see finally this bounce around 40 or 50, around there. So what does that mean? Well, it depends. If Bitcoin is mooning, many altcoins in USDT will have other pump. But if Bitcoin is crashing, actually is looking like that, you will see new lows for many altcoins. Many new lows. So Avox now, Solana, they are looking great right now. But as I said, we are trading, not holding. Remember, since September, October, November, actually the last Q of this, the last Q of this year, we are not holding any altcoin. I mean, at least in my case, I'm not holding anything. I am just trading, okay? Because it is the moment not for holding, it is the moment for trading, okay? Now, let's talk about other icons. Okay, I'm gonna start with the oldest one as usual. Cardano, remember, is my lead. It's the coin I use to check the overall health with price action. Let me show you here. Cardano, we have this in the monthly sell signal. You notice this pattern is very clear. As I said before, if 1.10 or $1 is destroyed in monthly, I mean, if you see in December closing Cardano below $1, next year you will see 40.40, and the lowest is going to be 0.08. Now, weekly chart, officially, this is in downtrend. As you can see here, we have this rejection here, and as I said, the best scenario for Cardano is holding the weekly chart like this for maybe 2 or 3 months. Yep, But if Bitcoin breaks down, well, Cardano is gonna enter in a bear market, in a bear market, and we will see weekly chart in the. Let me see. Oh my God. Okay, the best scenario for Cardano is holding. It's holding $1. $1. Any close below in monthly chart or other weekly chart below there, we will see, as I said before, 0.40, and the next one is 0.10, 0.808. So with this chart, as you can see here, I can say many altcoins. I'm sure many of them, they have the same pattern, similar pattern. Okay, so okay, now let's talk about in the short term. In the short term, because we are gonna trade the pounds. I mean, I am gonna trade the pounds. In 1 day chart here, as you can see in Cardano. Short term, it is looks like short term accumulation. As you can see here, we have. Let me see. No, we don't have bullish divergences in Cardano. Let me see. No, using a squeeze, potentially yes, but the maximum area is around 0.45, around here, and from that, maybe from there, sorry, keep falling. Okay, so if you have any suggestion for altcoins, you are thinking they have a good setup, please let me know in the comments. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Avox. Avox, well, the technical analysis there actually, and is holding the MA55, and I'm expecting order test to 120, maybe in the next 3-4 days. Remember, it's not for not holding, it's just trading. Okay, this is the buy signal. Remember, we don't have the support of the OBB anymore, so that means the price is going up maybe to maximum 120, and from there I will just close my positions, and that's it. It's over. I don't care if this coin is going to the upside even more. It's gonna be concerning. Why? Because we will see something like this, and finally a divergence here in 1 day chart, and from there, well, to zero. Okay, so careful with this. Okay, now let's talk about other coins. Cake. Okay, Cake is very interesting actually. It's one of the coins I like for holding. I will be very careful with this because we don't have enough data right now. But this is the lowest point of Cake at around $10. From there, I am not expecting a bounce, of course not, but yes, sideways and maybe accumulation. As long as holding 10, I will say this coin is a good buy for long term. I'm gonna buy it right now? Of course not. Why? Because I know Bitcoin. I need to see Bitcoin in consolidation phase first to start buying altcoins in weekly chart. So if I will hold altcoins like Solana, Ethereum, whatever, it's because I want to see Bitcoin healthy. That's it. So 5-day chart, as you can see here, it is just the lowest point. You can trade, yes. In 1 day chart, for example, here, well, now it's too late. This is the bounce I am speculating for Bitcoin. As you can see here, Bitcoin is like here right now, like here. So as you can see here, this is the bounce I am speculating for Bitcoin. This is this one. Okay, so careful with this. Why? Because if you are trading this right now, of course here, no, we don't buy here anymore. Of course, it depends, right? I mean, I'm trading just 1 day chart or maybe 4-hour chart. Here's where I am going to sell Cake. For holding, of course, in macro time frames, all this area is for holding. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, let's talk about Luna. Okay, Luna. In 1 day chart, well, MA55, testing the MA55, perfect, bouncing from there. Technically speaking, is good. Let me see the indicators. Okay, first of all, you need to understand here all this move in 1 day chart there is a massive bear divergence here in OBB. So what does that mean? Okay, you are trading here, totally fine. Trading, totally fine. Holding, no. Or at least it's not my way. So if you are trading 1 day chart here, okay, the entry should be around $50,000, $50, 52. And here actually around 60, 65, 70 maximum is the time when you have to close your trade. It depends. For example, if you're trading 4-hour, well, this is the time you are actually closing your positions. Why? Because you enter here, around here, and after that you close around here. As you can see, the volume profile is here, so you close your trade here. So in 1 day chart, I will say Outer test to the ME55 is gonna be a buy, potentially yes. But as I said, I will be just careful. Why? Because weekly chart, if I remember very well, yes, we have this setup, the sell signal in weekly chart with various divergences here, and as a holder, so you are planning to hold this coin, we are gonna respect always the squeeze momentum indicator with bear divergences in weekly chart. Why? Because in the long term, you know the results, right? So in the long term, it's not good. Okay, so now let's talk about CSPR. Let me see if I have this one here. CSPR. I don't think I have this one. Let me see. CSPR. Okay, let me see. Is it NOCX? No, let me see SPR here. Let me see if where I can get more information, because I don't see this one on Binance. Let me see, maybe OKEX. Let me see if I have enough data. Weekly chart. I think it's 1 day chart, right? Okay, 1 day chart. Thank you, man. Okay, so okay, CSPR. Okay, this is the lowest point. You are holding this. I think this is the lowest area. You are thinking to buy this coin. This is the area. This is not for shorts, or no, it's not for selling. This is not the area for selling. For example, you are planning to buy right now here. Of course, I would not buy this coin anymore. I don't think so. No. Why? Because the uptrend is broken. Actually, it's downtrend. It's in downtrend, but it's holding. So if I wanna buy this coin, is because the squeeze momentum indicator is gonna actually, maybe in few days, if Bitcoin is bouncing, we will see this bounce here to 0.1516, and that's it. That is, it's over. But in general, I would not buy this coin. Why? Because as you can see here, this is just sideways, and also the structure is broken, and OBB is, well, not healthy. Now let me check weekly chart. Weekly chart. I'm sorry for saying this, but it's looking very bad. The May 21 is broken here in the last week, sorry, and also, okay, let me see in hobby. I think if we have more information about this coin, because it's not looking great. CSPR USDT. Let me see. It's the same thing. Well, the problem with this coin is that the last week, the last close was the confirmation on downtrend. In weekly chart, technically speaking, you see that with price action below 0.08, but looks like this coin in the weekly chart is gonna test this area again, 0.08 in the weekly chart. That means in the next maybe a few weeks or 1 month or two, we will see this coin around this level. So be careful with that, because it's not looking great. In 4-hour chart, let me see. No, it's in downtrend. This is just downtrend. The bullish divergences you saw here actually already play out. Actually here, from this point here to keep falling. Yep. Okay, so let's talk about what is that coin? H bar? I don't know this coin. Let me see. H bar USDT Binance. Okay. I think is 1 day chart. Let me see. Well, this is the bounce I was talking about. Yeah, testing the volume profile here, and testing the MA21 in this case, or MA50 around here. Of course, this is not a buy anymore. So I will wait for maybe more consolidation here, and after that, maybe we will see other setup. Right now, of course not. Of course, I will not. I mean, this is the area, like, I will not sell. If I am holding this coin, for example, I am holding, of course, this is the area I'm not going to sell. I'm going to sell after the bounce, actually right now here, around 0.28, around 0.32, around here, and after that, get out. So the trend, this coin is in downtrend. Why? Because broke the ME55 here, the volume profile is around here, broke with a lot of power, testing the other area around here, and after that is bouncing to what? Well, to keep falling. This is just a test to MA55 to keep falling. So the best scenario for this coin, if you are bullish or you are holding this coin, if you want to see your coin in sideways here in consolidation phase, and after that you will see other tests to the upside maybe. So this is like that. It will take maybe 2 or 3 weeks, but it's not healthy overall. So let me see weekly chart if I can see something else. Well, in weekly chart, in 1 day chart, I said the best scenario is sideways in the area you see, right? So technically speaking, as you can see here, when you is testing the MA55, well, is for buying actually. So I will suggest, like, if Bitcoin is not crashing, actually it's bouncing. Remember, Bitcoin is the first one. And you see in weekly chart, we have the bear divergences here, as you can see here. You have to wait maybe other 2 or 3 weeks or maybe 1 month to see something like this. If you see the price exactly like Bitcoin, in sideways here, and you see this buy signal in weekly chart, well, you have your potential hold for at least 2 or 3 months. But as I said, be careful, because doesn't matter if you have a very good setup in altcoins. If Bitcoin crash, it's gonna destroy everything. Okay, just careful with that. Okay, now let's continue with other altcoins. Let me see what time is it now. Okay, we have 15 minutes. Okay, guys, if you have any suggestions, just let me know in the comments. Okay, so I'm gonna continue with Ethereum. Ethereum weekly chart, we have sell signal. In weekly chart here, OBB broke the previous support. The previous area is falling. So, and also Ethereum listed the MA21 here. Any close this weekend below 3,700. I'm expecting other leg down to 2,700. Careful with that, because actually match with my technical analysis for Bitcoin in weekly chart and bi-weekly. And also, let me see 1 day chart. 1 day chart, actually this is the move I am expecting for Bitcoin. Crash here, and after, well, this is the bounce I was expecting, and after other bounce here. This is just getting rejected. My god, let me see. Let me see. One moment, let me see. Okay, so the best scenario for Ethereum is just in sideways here. Potentially we have a bullish divergences from this area, and this, let me see. No, actually no, it's this week. It's because if I play bullish or bear divergence without wick, just the body, actually we have it, right? But honestly, I prefer to trade with wicks. Why? Because usually this one is something like you have, how can I say this? When you see this kind of wicks, it's stop hunters. But that doesn't mean like this is very strong support. Actually, the big support is here. So be careful with this. One moment, guys. One moment. Okay, yeah. So 3,300, 400 around this area I am expecting for Ethereum, if is getting rejected again from MA55. Let me see if I did chart, if I can see something more clear. Okay, it's the same as Bitcoin. Any close in 1 day chart below 3,800 or 4,000 will trigger other push to the downside. Okay, it's almost the same pattern as Bitcoin. The worst scenario, the worst thing for this coin is we have the yellow bar. Remember, the yellow bar is when the asset is getting ready to start trending again. So every time when we have a yellow bar, well, you see your rallies, right? So technically speaking, I need to say, okay, it's to the upside, yes. But the problem is from here, or it's gonna test the MA55. Based on all the price action on Bitcoin, honestly, if we don't see the bounce right now for Bitcoin, I'm expecting, well, first it's gonna test $3,000 around there, and we will see after that a big bounce. Now let's talk about other coins. Yeah, Solana. Actually, Solana, as many times, is one of my favorite coins. Okay, Solana for holding. Of course, we don't have the setup ready yet. Of course, we don't have it. I am expecting $100 in the long term. Or in weekly chart, I want to see this. something like this. In January, February, around there. I am expecting to see that. I don't care the price. Okay, just I need to see the setup there. In weekly chart, of course, for holding, I don't think so. But to be fair, it's respecting the MA21. And in 1 day chart, I'm sure maybe this is the bounce I was talking about Bitcoin. I am expecting for Bitcoin. You see the bounce to MA55 and after that to keep falling. So the best scenario for you're thinking to trade Solana right now, of course, is too late. Why? Because it's testing the MA55. You know, here, no, we don't buy here. Okay. If you want to play this, is because you want to wait for the pullback, and here you want to see this setup like holding in this area, and after that we can start thinking to go long again or buy again. As you can see here, we don't have, well, technically speaking, yes, we have a potential bullish divergence from this area and this area, but I will wait for the other pullback, and after that, if this area is respected again, yes, to the upside, testing the MA55. Okay. Now, Avox, I talk about Avox, Matic. Let me see Matic. Matic, 1 day chart. The trend is your friend. Is to the upside, yes. But let me check weekly chart because weekly chart is still good. But remember, many times I say this. Matic is forming exactly the same, well, actually the same setup as Bitcoin in October, around there is the same. What we have this and we have this. You know what is that, right? It's exactly the same setup as Bitcoin in October, November. Okay. So what does that mean? Okay. Technically speaking, is bullish, yes. But when you see this new high here, actually that happened last week, $2.60. I will say it's very dangerous to be on Matic right now here because this pattern in weekly chart. So be careful with this. Okay. So in 1 day chart, let me see. Yeah, maybe as long as above the MA55 here, you see the squeeze momentum indicators showing something like this. I'll monitor test to maybe $2 with 40. But as I said, for me it's too risky because I can see the pattern in weekly charts, so I'm gonna be very careful. Okay, FTM. Let me see if I have this coin here. yes. 1 day chart. Well, now you can see. This is the pattern I was looking for. The test is MA21 in this case, $1 with 70 cents. Sideways. The best thing for this coin is your sideways holding $1 with 28 cents. Let me see weekly chart. Okay, this is the problem. The MA21 is broken. Any close this weekend like this is gonna will have the confirmation, and you will see other test to $1. I will say $1 is technically speaking a buy. Yes, I'm expecting a bounce. But with weekly chart like this, I am expecting, well, we don't have a buy signal. Okay. We don't have a buy signal. Okay. And DOT. Let me see DOT. DOT is one of my favorites too, but let me see. DOT. Bad. Oh my god, bad, very bad. Any close this weekend below $25. We will see other crash to $15. I will say it's a buy around there. But pay attention for this. If you see DOT breaking the MA55 this week, around 25, we will see other test to this level around $15, 16 around there. And from there we will have our weekly reversal, and this is gonna be a very good buy opportunity to test the MA55 and keep falling. Okay, yeah, as you can see, many altcoins they are not very strong anymore. Now let's talk about Matic. Actually, I wanna see Uni. Well, you have your reversal here. You see your reversal. This is the thing I was talking about. You see, believe me, I mean, as a project, Uni actually is very good. I think Uniswap, but not because it's a good project that means it's going to the moon always, right? That is the point. I don't like to get married with the coin. Like I am, I don't want to become like a fanboy. Dot Uni, I was trading Uni when it was at $4 and I sold around 20. But after that, I didn't trade anymore. This is a distribution pattern. Now below the MI55, any close below 14, you will see there is no volume, there is nothing. So the only thing is, I think altcoins, they are waiting for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin crash again, you will see all the way down to five or $4 again, Uni. And I will say here, well, Black Friday. Black Friday. I hope so. I really hope so. I'm very excited about to see this kind of reversals. For example, Theta, well, you have your downtrend. You see? Actually, maybe I'm wrong. Cardano, maybe it was not the first one. As you can see, Theta, yes, is in downtrend. Downtrend, finally. Confirmation. Based on this, some icons showing reversals in weekly chart. I can say I want to share something with all of you in my experience trading after 7 years trading in the markets. When you see, when you are bullish, you want to see in the big picture at least 90% of the altcoins in the same direction. I mean uptrend. And now, as you can see, all the altcoins, I did a technical analysis. 90% of them, they are actually in weekly reversal, or they are about to be. They are very close to break the MI55, and they are just bouncing, but not strong like before. Yeah. So that's why when I watch these YouTubers like, oh yeah, to 100k in 2022 or whatever, that kind of garbage. Maybe yes, I am expecting Bitcoin is gonna hit to 150 actually, but the timing is the big difference. I am expecting that maybe in 2023, around there. Not maybe not this year, not next year. Of course not. Now let's talk about the last coin because we have 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left, and after that, I think that's it. Let me see if I can. You have any suggestions? Let me know. Please let me know. Solana, okay. Yeah, BNB. I want to talk about BNB because actually it's one of the most important thing. The most important. Okay. Well, last time I said, I think 2 weeks ago, I did a technical analysis for this one, and as you can see, we had the setup. Various divergences here. OBB finally is losing the MA 100 and OBB, so not great. Not great. Looks like the bullish momentum of this coin finally is gone. Let me see. Yeah, today same thing as Bitcoin. Any close below 520 in the, I mean, at least 12-hour close or 1 day close around below there, we will see other test to 426 around there in the long term. I mean, I'm talking about 1 month or something like that. Yeah, let me see 1 day chart. Technically speaking, it's in downtrend, no bullish divergences. This coin is not looking great. Not for now, not for trading, not for holding. I will just stay away a little bit. I will avoid this. Yeah, I wanna check the CME's Bitcoin because I want to know what is happening with the professionals, right? Professional exchanges. Let me see. Maybe I'm wrong with my bounce. I don't see the sunset top. I don't see it. Let me see. 12 hours. Shit. Okay, be careful because I am speculating the bounce in a spot with Bitcoin, but in CMEs I cannot see the same trade. I cannot see the same trade. So maybe this time I'm gonna be wrong with my speculation. It's still valid as long as $47,000 is holding the bounce. I'm still waiting for the bounce, but CMEs is not, CMEs, the futures is not showing the same setup. Any close below 47,500 in CMEs will trigger, and we will see other test to 40. Remember, in a spot we saw the test to 40, but in CMEs we never saw this. Okay, it's a big difference, so be careful with this. And also weekly chart, let me see. No, it's pure garbage. It's even is worse than the spot. Look at this, the OBB. Whatever they are doing here, I don't know who, but they are actually selling. Oh, it's a sell-off in volume, as you can see here. Yeah, even is worse than the spot price action. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to find something, right, to say to the moon, right, to the moon. But I know, because my technical analysis is not very popular because of that, because I cannot say something very bullish, right? I'm sorry about it, but I am a trader. I need to be. I need to follow my technicals, right? So I prefer to be honest. I don't see anything bullish here in weekly chart. Let me see monthly. Shit. Long term, 36. 36. Let me see by weekly. Yeah, same thing. Below $47,000. Goodbye. Okay. Okay, guys. I think. Okay, let me check the last coins. Zero. Let me see. Zero. Oh. Oh. Okay, Binance. Let me check. Weekly. Testing the ME55. No buy signal, of course. You have to wait maybe other 2 or 3 months. Technically speaking, it's an uptrend, yes. 1 day chart. Too late. This is the bounce I'm looking for Bitcoin. Yeah, this is the bounce. And from here, if you're thinking to buy, no, thank you, no way. Okay. Now this is just downtrend. Okay. The lowest point I'm expecting to see this coin is a 0.05. From there, maybe we will see a significant bounce. And I forgot to tell you something. I follow the USDT dominance. Let me check if what's happening here. Okay, 1 day chart. Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, actually now I am expecting, as I said before, the bounce from Bitcoin, and actually makes sense now. Why? Because as you can see here in 1 day chart, the USDT dominance is testing resistance right now, as you can see here. Yeah, so I am speculating this drop maybe in this weekend, the next 3 or 4 days, is gonna be the bounce I am expecting for Bitcoin, and from there, if we see this breakout to the upside, very bad for Bitcoin and all the markets. Weekly chart is bullish. Yeah, bullish. Very bullish. Look at this. Look at the massive spike in volume for OBB. This is very bullish. If this coin, in this asset, close above 3.5 in the next 2-3 weeks, I mean this month or maybe next month, we will see other test to this place. Bitcoin is to the ground. Yeah, of course, in the short term 1 day chart, I'm speculating other downside here, bounce here. As long as holding here sideways here, Bitcoin is gonna be in trouble. So yep. Well, guys, be careful with your trades. As I said, I am speculating this bounce in 1 day chart. The recap is 1 day chart, 12-hour chart around this, maybe $50,000, 51. I will be very careful if we see Bitcoin around this area. And invalidation, closing 12-hour minimum. I would say 12-hour minimum. Below $47,000 is gonna invalidate this. It's gonna destroy this setup, and we will see other test to $40,000, even lower. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for watching. And one thing. I will have just 2 live streams. Monday and Friday. Why? Because I realize I am repeating almost the same thing, because I am checking the same things always. So I would like to have a gap between all my technicals, because I am checking weekly chart or bigger time frames. So if I do it every day, we can see almost the same thing, right? So if I do just do live streams, we can see the macro or the 1 day chart actually playing, right? So that's why I want to decrease the amount of live streams I'm gonna have. Just two live streams same time, Monday and Friday, and also one in my YouTube channel, just one short video trading 4 hour. Okay, 4 hour and one short of 60 seconds in my YouTube channel, and that's it.